Year of Ave Maria. Wow. But for real, my name's Amanda. I grew up in Philadelphia. I call it the hood. And I have red hair. That's basically all you need to know about me, really. So I guess the reason that I'm doing this is just so you can see what a shock it was my freshman year to come to Ave Maria, coming from Philadelphia. I mean, we don't have fields or animals of any kind. Literally, my backyard is a fire escape that I had to trudge down, and it opens just to a beautiful lot, you know, filled with shards of glass and youthful propaganda, as my grandmother used to call it. I have a younger sister. She used to sit out there all the time, you know, and just play with the odds and ends of the lot. And I mean, I know that sounds terrible, but I want you to know I gave her a fair warning. I said, listen, that's okay. Be careful. Don't bring it in the house. That's all I ask. You know? So the next little bit I'm going to do, I just wanted you to just see just maybe a typical day, you know, here at Ave Maria. So, you know, I was on my way to the May 15 class. Just a beautiful time, you know. Just the sunrise is just beautiful, and just enough time really. You're well rested from all the homework. You get up, put a little laundry in, go to adoration for an hour, hit up mass, eat breakfast, and then hop on into class. Plenty of time, you know. So anyway, this kid, this young boy, walks up, and again, the sense of community here is just wonderful. I had no idea who this boy was. But he walks up to me and starts opening his soul. And what do? You know, I stand there. I listen, like a good listener. And all of a sudden, we're in a philosophical conversation, as most things end up, you know, at this university. And all of a sudden, I hear the word transcendental coming from this boy's mouth. And I'm not stupid. You know, I've taken those classes, and I know what it means. But it's early. And my mind starts drifting, you know. So I realize this, and I say, no, you know what, bring it back. He's opening up. All of a sudden, I hear the words, erotic spontaneity, theology of the body, coming from this young man's mouth, and my eyes just blew up. I said, young man, that is highly inappropriate. I have to go to mass now. I did. I pulled the mass card. You know why? It works. You know, I have to go pray. Well, God bless. Pray for my soul, you know. I'll see you later. It works. You know, I often find myself at this university just a little bit of an awkward situation sometimes, and I don't really pay attention to the conversation, and it gets to that point where you're going to respond, but it's, oh, you know, you haven't been listening, and all of a sudden you hear something about, you know, the Latin root of a word of some kind, and you know what I do? My saving grace. I hear Latin, I look at them and I say, Tom Monahan. You know, and they look at me and go, what do you mean? I say, well, Latin, Tom Monahan, Ave Maria, Hail Mary University. There we go. And you know what, parents, I'm so glad to see you here, because I know how hard it is for the young ones to leave the nest. You know, it's hard on you. And, you know, I'm just glad to see you. And I know there are some concerns here with the wildebeest, as I like to call them, you know, the wild boar, the panthers, and the rabid mosquitoes. Sure, it's a concern. But you know what? We switched up, are well prepared, you know, our freshman year. I remember my freshman year, kids, come on in the room. Come on in the room, sit down. We're not going to sugar this for you, all right? There are wild things that will bite your living head off. And I said, well, please, you know, inform me. And I just remember the snakes. They said the snakes are like Satan. They'll bite at your heel. And you know, if you see anyone struck by a snake, you immediately just start praying over their body and suck the venom out of their leg. You scream Father Bob's name, he'll be Gregorian chanting from the student union. The final blessing, you know, it's in the package, it's from the tuition. And you know what, to the mothers, I know you're worried about that MRS for your little misses. But don't worry about it, because, I mean, just that same boy, you know, he came up to me again and he said, ma'am, I feel so inclined as to ask your hand in courtship. And I said, young man, I am completely committed, you know. Why, just last night at the Rosary Walk, I was in sync stepping with the boy in front of me. And I looked up to heaven and I said, God, I'll take the hint. I will take the